Hey guys, how's it going? Andrew here, Nuff Said Cards on Wednesday evening. Hope you're all doing well. The Strongsville show ended about a week and a half ago, and I'm finally getting around to making my recap video. When I returned from Ohio, I left for spring break with my son, was gone for about another 5 days, and then came back, and then straight back to work. So I haven't had a chance to make the video, but better late than never. I did want to tell you about my experience at the show and also show you the stuff that I picked up. I attended all 3 days, and the Strongsville show has become one of my favorite weekends of the year. For those of you that went to the show or have been to the show, you know that it's the scale of it is much smaller than Philly or Chantilly, and certainly much smaller than the National. But it's all vintage, so it's just densely packed with great stuff to look at, and really strong dealers who have great inventory and great cards. The highlight of the weekend for me was not actually attending the show; it was the social events in the evenings after the show ended. And Friday night we had the YouTube get together that was set up and hosted by Chris from Missouri. It was just a great time hanging out and talking cards and having a couple beers and just relaxing with hanging out with a great bunch of people. So Chris, thank you for setting that up. And then Saturday night was the vintage trade night, which was set up by Four Collectors, and that was a great time. I've been to plenty of trade nights after shows, but this was not like anything else I had ever attended. It was all vintage. It was a great bunch of people, so lots of fun hanging out, talking cards, and looking at what everyone had brought. So that was the highlight of the weekend for me. After walking the show floor for Friday and Saturday, I had spent a grand total of $15. And this is what I bought. This is a Napoleon Lajoie card from 1913. It was part of a game that was produced. All the cards have this picture of Lajoie on them, and you can get them in red or blue. But a Playing Days Lajoie card from 1913 with this great image on it for $15 just seemed like a no-brainer to me. So I was happy to pick that up. That was my only purchase for the first 2 days. I did get an awesome item from Garrett from Card Cutter, who I bumped into on the floor one of the days. I don't remember which day. But he showed me an item that he had bought. It was a flattened out box that had these discs, as part of the box. You could punch them out. And he had purchased the box because he wanted the Nolan Ryan card. My eye immediately went to this one, which is Jerry Remy. And these were produced by Burger Chef Collector Series. I've never seen these before. There's the Krankenburger. But like I said, I commented to Garrett that I thought the Jerry Remy disc was really cool. For those of you that grew up in Boston in the 80s, you probably remember Jerry Remy as a player, and he was a very good player. Pretty sure he was an all-star at least 1 year. Had a short career because he blew his knee out. But he's mostly remembered in Boston for his many years as an announcer. Beloved figure in Boston. Passed away a couple of years ago. But a great announcer. And I actually was fortunate enough to meet him twice in my life. Once as a kid, I saw him at Legal Seafood Restaurant where I was eating lunch with my family, and I was about 10 years old, and decided to get up and walk over to Jerry Remy's table where he was eating with his family and just interrupted his lunch. And guess I had no shame as a 10-year-old. But he couldn't have been nicer, and that's just something that I remember almost 40 years later. Had another chance to meet him as an adult, and the same memory, just a really nice guy. And so Garrett, thank you for that. Means a lot for me to have that, and I appreciate it. Put that one there. So that was really all that I bought the first 2 days, really all that I picked up the first 2 days. I did meet on Sunday with a friend of mine. I call him Otis because he does not want me to use his real name in the videos. But he had mentioned that he was going to come on Sunday. He hadn't been to the show the first 2 days, but he had some cards he wanted me to look at. I purchased some things from him in the past, and we were able to meet up on Sunday and bought this lot of cards from him. So I will go through those and show them to you. This is the first one here. It is a N28 Timothy Keefe card from the 1887 set, Allen and Ginter. It's SGC3. Just a really beautiful card. And Timothy Keefe is a Hall of Famer. There's the back. This one I am going to keep in my collection. Some of the rest of these I'm going to move, either trade or sell, but going to keep the Keefe. So we'll go through these one at a time. This is a 1933 Gowdy Jimmy Fox, SGC 2.5. Great color and great image on this one. A little off center, nice card. T206 Eddie Collins portrait. SGC 1.5, another great looking card, really strong color on this one and great registration. Does have a pinhole there that you can see, but doesn't interfere too much, if you ask me. Nice card. Another T206, Hal Chase holding the trophy. Don't think I've ever owned this card before. This is a SGC2, very unique card in the set. Hal Chase has 5 cards, I believe, in the T206 set. 1933 Gowdy Mel Ott. With the red background, he has the portrait with the green background also. N162 Ed Andrews. 1888 Goodwin Champion set. This is a SGC1. Really strong card on the front. Great color. Does have like a little defect there in the printing defect. I'm not sure what that is, but awesome looking card. It does have some back damage. T205 Chief Bender. SGC2. Some little pencil mark there. Someone wrote the number 6 on the back. M116 Sporting Life Home Run Baker from 1910 to 1911. This set has gotten a little bit more popular the last couple of years. I feel like it was kind of overlooked for a long time. Some of the cards, the bigger names, have gotten very expensive. Cobb and Wagner and Mathewson. And finally, T205 Frank Baker, SGC 1.5. So Otis, thank you for the deal on those. Great group of cards. And one more look at the Keefe, which was the highlight for me. We'll put that one over here. Okay, the true highlight of the weekend I'm going to show you next. I'm going to have to reconfigure my camera to show you this, so I'm going to step away for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, the highlight for me for the entire weekend was meeting up with Scott from Reindeer Studios to complete a deal that we had made early in February, when we actually met up at the Net 54 Trade Day event in Northern Virginia, which Scott attended. And we had discussed, at the show, we discussed a potential deal, which we finalized over text message a day or two later, and actually made the transaction at Strongsville, which is something that I had been looking forward to. And this is one of the items that I got in the deal. And this is a T205 style painting of Tris Speaker. This is hand painted and just really amazing. You're not really going to be able to see, but it's, oh, maybe you can see it has kind of a 3D effect where it's like layered. The different levels are layered on top of each other, and then it's hand painted. And Scott had done probably 4 or 5 different players, and first I thought I was gonna take the Cobb, but it made much more sense for me to add the speaker to my Boston collection. This is just gonna look fantastic in my card room. So Scott, thank you so much for this. I think Rocket Rick picked up the Christy Mathewson painting of the same style at the show. But the item that I was most excited to get is this here, which is a oil painting of Nuff Said McGreevy, for whom my channel is named and who I've discussed in the past. Obviously, Nuff Said cards up on top there, and he's holding the Piedmont sign that I show in all my videos. And I kind of had a vague idea of how I wanted this and mentioned it to Scott. And it turned out better than I even had envisioned. I don't know how, as someone with zero artistic ability, Scott could, take the, very brief description that I had of the idea and turn it into something that is even better than I could have imagined. I just absolutely love this. Not sure how well you can see the details, but just really beautiful. And I'm going to treasure this. And Scott presented this to me at the YouTube hangout on Friday night, so a bunch of you were able to see it. And just couldn't be happier with it. So Scott, thank you very much. For those of you that have not checked out his channel, most of you have, I'm sure, but check out Reindeer Studios. Just an extremely skilled and talented artist, as you can see here. That's it for tonight, guys. I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.